Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the WBHS 9 coverage of the 2020 Brentwood High School Homecoming Parade. My name is Chad Barker, and alongside me today is Brentwood High School WBHS 9 intern Stuart Beaton.
From the Brentwood Fire Department to the varsity football team, over 40 clubs and sports are taking part in today's festivities.
The first ever parade was held in 1982, the year the school opened. There's been a parade every year since.
Not even COVID could stop the parade this year.
Here we have the Brentwood High School Band, who is directed by Andrew O'Keefe.
Going behind them is the Brentwood High School SRO, Deputy Christian Warnett. He just started at BHS this week, but has been with Williamson County Sheriff's Department for 15 years.
The 2020 Homecoming Grand Marshal is Sue Mounts, who was a former BHS English teacher who retired last year. Miss Mounts has taught for 14 years at Brentwood High and a total of 39 years.
Behind her are the 2020 Future Bruins. Austin Pratt, son of Mrs. Pratt, goes to Edmondson and wants to be either a police officer, spy, or an engineer. Kennedy Sulzer is a first grader at Scales and daughter of BHS counselor Carrie Sulzer.
Behind them, we have the freshman football team, coached by Josh Peck and Carson O'Neill.
Behind them are the freshman class officers and representatives. Freshman president is Jada Blue and Zach Anderson. Also behind them is the freshman class float, titled Eject the Eagles.
Now we have the freshman homecoming attendance. Mallory Vows, escorted by Caden Bottoms.
Right in front of us is the boys lacrosse team. In 2018, the varsity team placed first in their division and second in Tennessee. They did not play last year due to COVID.
Now we have the Brentwood girls lacrosse team. They took second in the state finals in the spring of 2019. They are undefeated in 2020 so far, and they too could not play last year.
Behind them, we have the Brentwood hockey team. The BHS hockey team did play and did quite well. 2018, 2019, 2020 state champs. They're the first Tennessee hockey team to three-peat.
Next up, we have the Brentwood swim and dive team. The girls state team last year had the highest GPA in the nation, and they placed 8th in state.
Next up, we have the JV cheerleaders. They support the Bruins at the JV football and JV basketball games.
Now we have the sophomore class officers and representatives. President Olivia Weber and Vice President Annie Grimes. The representatives are Emma Allen, Ashley Burns, Clay Jackson, and Molly Rencher.
Next up, as you can see here, we have the sophomore class float named Electrocute the Eagles.
Now we have the sophomore class homecoming attendance. Sammy Patterson, escorted by Wyatt Rogers.
Right up here, we have the Brentwood High Sewing Club. They love to incorporate fabric into large projects, and they do that through sewing.
Next up, we have the Brentwood High Truck Club. They attend Cars and Coffee every first of the month.
Up next, we have the junior class officers and representatives. The president is Clay Jackson, and their vice president is Molly Rencher.
Now we have the junior class float titled Eat the Eagles. Looks like they had a bit of a name change after the game got switched to Oakland this week, for tonight.
Next up, we have the junior class homecoming attendant, Ella Stacy, escorted by Connor Smith.
Now we have the Brentwood High School Theater Club. This club is for students who love acting and watching plays.
Behind them, we have the Brentwood High School Choir. Sorry, girls cross country squad. Boys, never mind. This is out of order. Boys cross country squad. In 2020, they got 6th place at Huntsville Southern Showcase, 4th place at the Chickasaw, and were ranked 3rd in the state this year.
Next up, we have the girls cross country squad. Last year, the team placed 2nd at the state meet, and they are setting all kinds of records this year.
Next up, we have the boys bowling team.
The Bruin bowling team, the boys team, and are the region champs, and one bowler placed 3rd in state last year.
Next up, we have the Bruins golf team, undefeated regular season and district runner-up. They have had back-to-back undefeated seasons.
The Brentwood tennis team, the girls have won the state championship the past 4 years in a row, and the boys won it this year.
Next up, we have the Bruins softball team. 2 out of the last 3 years, they have made it to the state tournament under Coach Erica Powell.
Now we have the varsity cheer team. The varsity cheer team takes place at all Brentwood High varsity football and basketball games.
Next up, we have varsity girls basketball team. They have been district and region champs and made it to the district finals for 8 straight years.
Now we have the varsity boys basketball team. Last year they were 23-8 overall with a 14-2 district record and were the regular season champs.
Next up, we have the Lady Bruins varsity soccer team. They are the 2019 state runner-ups.
Now we have the boys soccer team. They finished in the Final Four in the state in 2019 and won the district and region championship in 2018 and 19. Coach Mike Purcell has never had a losing season in his 24 years of coaching. As we take this little break right here, I just want to go ahead and apologize. We are a little out of sorts right now. The order they are coming down is not the order we were expecting. Now we have Best Buddies, sponsored by Stacy Harris. The Best Buddies is a nonprofit group that promotes the inclusion of students with intellectual and development disabilities.
Next up, we have the Brentwood High School Choir. They have performed at Disney World, the Ryman Auditorium, and the Nashville Symphony. Their fall concert is October 6th. Next up, we have the senior class float titled Launch the Lions.
Riding along with them, we have the senior attendants. Addie Bonner, escorted by Trey Tarkington.
Oh, I apologize on the name. The name is Exterminate the Eagles. We have gone through a few changes for these floats.
Bad. Also on there, we have Eden Middledorf, escorted by Kevin Vanderkolt. As we can see now, we see Addie Bonner escorted by Trey Tarkington.
These are our 2020 senior attendants.
Behind them, we have Macy Wade escorted by MJ Brown.
Behind them, we have Eden Middlestorf escorted by Kevin Vanderkolk. Falling behind them is Nora Wolfgang, escorted by Dustin Bloom.
Now we have the Lady Bruins volleyball team. They have won the state championship 7 times in a row and have been undefeated in their district for the past 3 years. Their head coach is Barbara Campbell.
Next up are the varsity cheerleaders. They are at every varsity football and basketball game.
These next couple trucks are going to be the Brentwood High School varsity football team. They are the 2019 region champs and made it to the 2019 quarterfinals.
And behind them, we have the student body officers, Holland Powers, Abby Jordan, Jamie Dow, and Avery Burns. That about does it.
We'd like to thank the Brentwood Police Department. Jeff Hughes is the Brentwood Police Department's chief. The department is dealing with the loss of Officer Destin Lugeza, who was killed by a drunk driver over the summer. Thanks for joining us for the WBHS 9 coverage of the 2020 Brentwood High School Homecoming Parade. For Stuart Beaton, I'm Chad Barker. Have a good day.